last time I remember being wrong? I don't remember. It's not because I'm always right. I'm wrong so often is the problem.
If you're wrong so often, then why are you struggling so hard to find an answer? It's a simple question. When were you last wrong?
The last time I was wrong about something, I don't know that jeez.
Holy shit. He nearly said he doesn't think he has ever been wrong. Oh my god, Mike. Where the fuck do you find these people?
Oh shit.
Oh shit, indeed.
That's so awesome. Cause your brain doesn't allow you to be wrong, right?
Oh fuck, you're like the other guy. You can't even admit you've ever been wrong.
I remember being wrong about the election.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
I think it was over the weekend with my two best friends from college, and I was adamant that they had told me something that they didn't.
Oh my god, we have a first answer. Someone admitted that they were wrong, that they didn't remember something correctly. It's a miracle.
I accidentally misgendered somebody. I was just full flames in my head, oh my god, I'm so sorry, apologizing. And I finally knew how it felt to be a white person when they accidentally say some shit about black people.
Okay, so at least you can admit that you were wrong about something. We're starting somewhere. But is that the best you got? At worst case scenario, that was a faux pas, and at best, it was a genuine accident. And also, not even gonna go into your second part where you go on about, oh, now I know what it feels to be a white man. Stick it up your ass.
You could argue that, reality is subjective and that my answer here is stalling.
This motherfucker literally can't admit he was ever wrong about anything, ever.
Was hosting this at their home, and it was a beautiful home, and they're super sweet and incredibly inviting, but they had this dog that was just all over me. It would jump on me. I would try to get the dog not to be on me, and I was scolded mightily from both my fiance and her roommate because it was incredibly disrespectful for me not to just kind of swallow that.
I've listened to this one a few times now, and I'm really glad the guy can admit he was wrong about something, but in this situation, I think the people around him were in the wrong. If he doesn't want a dog to jump on him, he has every right not to want that. He didn't, kick the dog across the room. He didn't, scold the dog. All he did was reject the dog's enthusiasm, which is perfectly fine. I'm really trying here to see how everyone in the room would be like, whoa, fuck man, you can't do that. That's inappropriate. Help me out here, people.
There was a time when, journalistically speaking, I made a big error in lapse of judgment. I got this email from this woman who said that she was Native American and she was verbally attacked outside of a Starbucks. I screenshotted that email, posted on Twitter, and said, hey, a reader of mine sent me this. Several days later, I received an email from this right-wing news publication. Apparently, the woman that emailed me was actually a right-wing troll who has his own YouTube channel. Here, what I did wrong was I never really reached out to her to verify if it's true.
Okay, so there was a half lesson learned here. You learned something about journalistic ethics, but you haven't really gone all the way yet. I think we need a few more trolls so you learn the entire lesson from that story.
Trick you do with yourself every time you're busted being wrong, where it's all part of your learning process. You're never explicitly wrong. You are underdeveloped on your way to being right at any given time is kind of the beautiful story I tell myself.
This guy can't think of one example of when he was just flat out wrong. He's gotta psychoanalyze himself into a fucking rabbit hole to just never be wrong ever. How do you guys live with yourselves?
But I remember it happening that way. It definitely happened that way.
I'm not a
I'm going to take back the compliment I gave her about at least she can admit she's wrong about something, because he just then confirmed, no, I'm never wrong.
being wrong. I embrace like the wrongness. The wrongness comprises me.
I learned my lesson. I promise. I promise I learned my lesson. I'm not going to do it again.
Holy shit. This is not your fault. Look at me, son. It's not your fault.
I know.
It's not your fault.
I know.
No, you don't. It's not your fault.
Oh, wow. Okay. So there was a reason why I wanted this to be my first response video. And that's other than it's fun to, point and laugh at videos Mike make. Or Mick. Maybe it's Mick. And it's basically they totally missed the point of the question. So I'm gonna re-ask the question in I think the way they meant, but maybe not. But this is what I imagine they were trying to get out of them. When was the last time you challenged something you thought was true? I'm avoiding the word beliefs there because I just really don't want this to be not just about ideology, not just about religion. I want to be a little bit bigger than that, challenging things that you've thought are true just because, fuck it, you believe they are true, that there's, whether it's based on fact, whether it's based on something someone told you and you just trust them and you believe them, it has to be just deeper than just beliefs. So there's a reason why I'm using the word true instead of beliefs. And I really believe this is something everyone should do. They should challenge things they think are true as often as they possibly can. That includes when you read a news article, challenge it. Just challenge it as much as you can. Or you might end up like these guys. And that's kind of why I've decided to make this channel, is to not just challenge my own beliefs, but challenge the beliefs of people like this. I want to challenge conspiracy theories. I want to do debunking of conspiracy theories. I just want to get into the core of this channel is going to be about challenging ideas. And I'm going to try and keep this video short, so I'm just going to end it with asking myself the same question. When was the last time I remember being wrong? And that's easy. It happened earlier this year. It's basically how I had kind of juvenile beliefs about North Korea, which is just, the stuff I was fed on the news, whether, it be that Kim Jong-un is just a crazy nut job and all the people in North Korea are just brainwashed for following him. But then I was challenged on it. Someone basically said, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And, if you're going to talk about something, you should try and know something about it. So I read the book called Dear Reader by Michael Malice. And yeah, it was pretty informative. It basically goes through the entire life cycle of North Korea from, I think, 1943 all the way to basically 2005. And you learn how it became the fucked up hellhole that it is now. And that I was totally wrong about the way their country works, the way their people are, the leader themselves, the leaders, I should say, because I've had 3 since then. But it's basically the same idea going on forever. I really do advise anyone who is interested in North Korea or politics or the world in general, read that book. It will really open your eyes, and also it's a fucking horror show towards the end. Just fair warning for that. I might go into further detail on this so I can properly explain my thoughts on North Korea, but for now I'll leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed my first video. If you like it, leave a comment, or a thumbs up, or subscribe, or whatever. And I'm going to leave it off with a question. When was the last time you remember being wrong? Put it in the comment section below. Cheers, guys.